Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Deke Jackson's 100 gigabyte of data challenge, where I will be attempting to use 100 gigabytes of data. Let's get the mic in the right place. 100 gigabytes of data every month for 12 months. At cost of only £20 a month. I consider that a bargain, given the planet fuck that has ensued to supply me with this marvellous technology. Cheers. And this morning, I'm in Oban on the west coast of Scotland. A lovely seaside port resort. I'm at Wetherspoons, the Corrie Wrekin. You can just about read it there. And I was asked to track and trace when I came in this morning. I declined, and it didn't seem to be too much of a problem for anybody. They just smiled and said, okay. And I went in and got my porridge. I actually got porridge today, which is great, because I like porridge. Although the bananas were out of stock. Bummer. It's a first world problem. That fruit from the other side of the planet isn't available in your remote west coast fishing village. Anyway, what do the papers say today? Okay, today's paper is again the Independent. I buy the Independent quite often. I'm probably going to buy it more often since the Times went up to £2 a day. £2 a day to read what Rupert Murdoch wants you to read. I don't think so. Anyway. Now, this is the Scottish edition, which is a strange thing that people would want less news. I want news from the world. I don't want news about SNP infighting and the cake competition in Banff. I really don't. I want global news. But anyway, this is the Scottish edition, and the front page says, Sturgeon tells pupils I'm sorry. This is to do with estimating the results of your grades, estimating what qualifications you're going to get if you're in the final year of high school, because nobody sat any exams this year. And it turns out that large numbers of pupils are very upset, didn't get the grades that they wanted, can't get into university, and they feel their lives have been ruined, for which Nicola Sturgeon is sorry. I swear. Just let this ambulance go by. I swear if there was a national word in Britain, it would be sorry. Sorry. In fact, just today, as I bought this paper and moved around my business in getting breakfast together, you'll hear sorry so often. People are afraid to be near you, afraid to cross your path. It's like everybody's a black cat. Oh, sorry, sorry. Every time I hear sorry, for some reason, I imagine sphincters puckering. What are you sorry about? What are we sorry about? You're supposed to apologize when you've done something to somebody, not for the inadvertent result of simply existing. Well, fisherman's blues. That's an interesting story, as we are in a fishing port. We are in a fishing port. I will just let me just see if I can swivel this camera around briefly, okay, so that you can see. This is Oban, and as you can see, it's a fishing port. Fishing boats, fishermen. There's a fisherman there. And the reason that's of significant in Scotland is because the Tories are currently negotiating a Brexit with the European Union. And I swear, if there's even a sniff of having given away the fishing rights of Scottish waters to Europe, the Tories will be crushed in Scotland at any ensuing election. Britain, although it's an island, the fishing waters of England are rather limited. You've got the English Channel, which is a poisonous cesspool in the world's busiest shipping lane. The Irish Sea, which is shared with Ireland, and it's pretty small anyway. You've got the North Sea, which is shared with, you know, just about every country with a coastline in Europe. So you've got France, the Netherlands, even Germany, all the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland. And so what Scotland has is, as well as a slice of the North Sea, it has a vast tract of the Atlantic, good cod ground, amongst other things. And Scottish, the sensitivity to the fishing rights of Scottish waters is very great in Scotland. And it's one of the sticking points of the Brexit negotiations at the moment. We obviously don't know the details, it's all very confidential, but I can bet Europe is trying desperately to get a slice of Scotland's fishing grounds, and I bet the Tories are desperately trying not to give it to them, because, as I say, the SNP will crush them. Even if there's some kind of backdoor small print way of giving over our fishing rights, the Tories will be crushed by the nationalists for any perceived giving away of Scottish fishing rights. Check this out, a power pack, £2. I mean, that's got lithium in it. I can't believe we can fuck the planet for so little. £2 for a 2,200 milliamp hour power pack. Really, the planet should cost more, I feel. Oh man, it's a noisy spot here. Prince Harry to root out racism on behalf of his wife, no doubt. What racism do you think she's encountered on her way to a multi-million-dollar career in Hollywood? I'm not sure. The same kind that Lewis Hamilton encountered on his way to being the world's greatest Formula One driver and earning £1 million a lap. UK free to negotiate its own deal to return migrants. That headline should read, UK to return migrants once Brexit deal is finished. That's another, this is a separate issue in the Brexit negotiations, and it plays out in the south of England, in the home counties, on the coastal resorts of Kent, Surrey, Sussex, where hundreds, if not thousands, of North Africans are fleeing climate change, economic poverty, and countries with less benefits than Britain. Now, I personally, I believe in the freedom of movement all over planet Earth. I don't see what business it is of yours where I go. That is a separate issue from rights, responsibilities and benefits that I might have or get if I rocked up in Yemen. I don't expect the people of Yemen to give me fuck all if I rock up on the coast of Yemen. But I think I ought to be allowed to go to Yemen, and nobody should get in my way. Once I get to Yemen, should I be given housing, money, food, shelter, and legal remedies to stay in the country? I don't think so. I should have to make my own way on planet Earth, and you should leave me alone while I do it. And so while I support anybody's right to come to Britain, when they get here, I don't want to put them up. I don't. But then I think they should be free to camp in vast tented slums on the outskirts of Ipswich once they're here, you know. I'd pay to see that, although that will never happen. And here we are. This is a whole double page on how sorry Nicola Sturgeon is. Sorry, 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 as she clenches her butt cheeks together to stop her sphincter puckering. She's sorry. I don't know what. Sorry, another sorry. My God, she's sorry on this page as well. Man, she is so sorry. Increase in household plastic waste in lockdown. Yeah, more bottles of Coke. More polystyrene trays for your slop of takeaway food. Australia's reported its highest daily death toll since the coronavirus outbreak began. If anybody is awake in Australia just now, I feel for you because it says here 19 people have died yesterday. Isn't that about the same number of people who die buttoning their shirt whilst walking down the stairs? You know, we could cover the ground of what's killing people on Earth again. You know, 1.5 from diarrhea, 750,000 every year from malaria, 3 million from eating too much sugar. Honestly, this pish is pish, and it's only going to get worse, it would seem to me. Masks required in Paris. Brazil's total death toll has passed 100,000. Now, Brazil has some of the biggest slums in the world. Sao Paulo is like 30 million people. You know, when did we start giving a fuck about the death toll from poverty, which, you know, unlike SARS to COVID, we could deal with for much less money? Man, you could give all the poor people on earth 50 quid, £100, £1,000. It would be cheaper than the destruction we have wrought on the economy. Scientists say new diseases will jump from animals unless humans change behaviour. In a broken world struggling to recover from coronavirus, a new pandemic threatens to destroy the remnants. The remnants? Man, this is fear-mongering writ large. The remnants of mankind from the coronavirus pandemic, which, even if you accept the most outrageous and optimistic, there's a helicopter over there. I can't imagine it's rescuing anybody. We're too close to the shore. In a broken world struggling to recover from coronavirus, struggling to recover from a death toll of 2% of the infected. Really? Let me know when I have to breed with my sister. Really? Honestly, humanity is in no danger. There won't be a remnant of humanity from coronavirus. There'll be nearly 8 billion of us. Nearly 8 billion. Oh no, oh no. There'll be slightly less than 8 billion because of coronavirus. What are we going to do? Let's all be sorry and roll over and let the government fuck us in the ass and our privacy sphincter all day and all night. This is the storyline of a new movie in post-production that imagines another coronavirus will emerge next year. And another one. And another one. Maybe this one's not deadly enough. Just a thought, folks. Imagine that they fucked up and that coronavirus was supposed to be, you know, maybe in the lab they had much better results. Oh, killing 50% people, very good. And then they released it, and the mutations, instead of being in a scaremongering way even deadlier, the mutations actually, humans handled it no problem. Coronavirus, I'm shrugging it off, I'm going to work, I've got a bit of a cough. And so now the world's the James Bond baddie world rulers that we imagine sitting in their bunker are having a conference going, man, that sucked. It's just not killing enough people. Hey, yeah, but it was really good. Let's do another one. Look at how easy it was to get people to fall for this pish. The Guardian, Lebanon assistance. What is really needed is democracy. Yeah, well, I believe they tried that, and they had to share the democratic votes out between three kinds of religious loon. So perhaps what they don't need is democracy. You know, if all you're getting to vote for is crazy religious loon, if all you get to vote for is crazy religious loon number 1, crazy religious loon number 2, or crazy religious loon number 3, it's not much of a choice, is it? And they're not going to get any democracy. anytime soon, since we'll come to that. Tina Turner writes Buddhist Guide to Life. Tina Turner has written a self-help book offering readers a guide to life using Buddhist principles. In this very personal book, I focus on core themes of my life: wealth, money, fame, oh no, hope, happiness and faith. The wisdom of Buddhism actually saved my life, along with being rich, I would imagine. Yeah. Outrage after media tycoon is arrested in purge of activists. I was speaking about this last night. Mr. Lai has been arrested in Hong Kong. People of Hong Kong still think they're going to get their freedom from China. Ain't gonna happen. Don't even dream of it. You're not going to get your freedom. You're going to be crushed under a steamroller of oppression and tyranny, and we're going to watch. We're going to watch and write mealy-mouthed newspaper articles like this about it. We're going to watch and tut whilst we continue to buy our iPhones, laptops and power banks for £2, made in China. Made in the... It should say on this, made in the tyrannical slave factory of communist China, just so people know what's actually happening. Made with the complicity of your planet-raping government, I should say, on most products. Nazi conviction legally binding. All appeals against the conviction of a 93-year-old Nazi concentration camp guard have been dropped, making the decision legally binding and easing the way for future prosecutions. Future prosecutions? On who? Man, he's 93. Who the fuck is left? Bruno Day was convicted of 5,232 counts of accessory to murder. He was 17 at the time. See, in this country, if you're 17 and you drunkenly stamp on somebody's head in the street until they're dead, the court falls over backwards to show that you're young and foolish and that there were mitigating circumstances. You get an 8-year sentence and you're out in 4. Where's his mitigating? 17. How much choice do you think this 17-year-old had in Germany at the time, swept up in all of that pomp and hurrah for what was going on? How much choice did he really have? I think that's pitiful. And it's rather desperate to go on prosecuting these teenage, hapless, lower ranks for shit that happened so long ago. Yeah, so let's go back. What was that story we were looking at? Oh yes, Johnson faces a borderline test. The politics of immigration. Okay. One of the reasons these people are leaving where they're currently living is, of course, climate change. Parts of the world are about to become uninhabitable, and the nearest part of the world to become uninhabitable to us is North Africa, North Saharan Africa. Agriculture's failing. You know, the debts are piling up from when they overspent in the 70s buying tanks that they didn't need. Regimes along the coast of Africa and in, further to Central Africa are crumbling. And why wouldn't you want to leave your empty, arid, lifeless, dysfunctional country and come somewhere where, to be honest, life is good? Why wouldn't you want to come to Britain, France, Germany? Man, we've got all the stuff. And it's cheap, comparatively speaking. Yeah, why wouldn't you want to come here? I fully support their right to come here and live in a field, in a tent, on nothing when they get here, except the soft, chewy bits of grass that they suck for nourishment in the morning, while we all have honey and cream. Cheers. Okay, and now the crossword. One down, a wooden house. 6 letters. Cabin doesn't fit. One across, advise, 7 letters. Now, if you want to pitch in with a comment and answer any of these, I will give a pause between clues. All right, 20 down, 4 letters. Prepare for publication. That's edit, I believe. "22 across. Old-fashioned 5 letters, begins with D. That might be dowdy. It's a bit of an old-fashioned English word, dowdy. 19 across. Eat, 4 letters. Chew. Could be chew. That's not really eating though, is it? Alright, 21 across. Warship, 7 letters. Warship, 7 letters, could be frigate. 15 down. Lucky Charm, 6 letters. Something, 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 F. I guess that could be cruiser, frigate. Let's move on. 10 across, 4 letters, aloof. Sorry, therefore. Therefore. Ants doesn't fit. Okay, 4 down. NCO, non-commissioned officer. 5 and 8. 5 and 8. Lance Corporal. Yes, it is. And frigate becomes cruiser. And 17 across. Gazelle, for example, 8 letters. Antelope. Okay, now we're speeding along. 18 down. Wallop begins with T, 5 letters. Thump. 15 down, back at Lucky Charm. 15 down, 6 letters, something A. 23 across. Spanish snacks. 5 letters, something, something, P. Tapas. Not had any suggestions or answers from anybody online. Are you receiving me okay? Are you hearing these clues? Hit me up with a comment just so I know it's working. Hello? Is there anybody in there? Yeah. 12 down. Detailed examination. 8 letters. Analysis. 24 across. Salad vegetable. 7 letters, begins with L. Lettuce. 14 down. Small dog. Small dog, 4-3. Small dog, 4-3. Second letter begins with W. All messages are visible. Okay. All messages are not visible to me. So I don't know what's going on. Technology's like that, isn't it? When it works, it's great. So unless, like Greg, you can text me your suggestions to answers for these crossword clues, this to and fro is not actually going to work, is it? Ah, and finally, playing Scrabbles, Peter Knopfler. That's the first message I have seen. Okay, let's start this crossword thing again. 1 across, advise, 7 letters, ends with L. Morning sleepy shoegazer. 5 across, small nails, 5 letters. All right, tax. 5 down, gradually lessen, 5 and 3. Thank you, Bugs Bunny, tax. Yes, it is. 5 down, gradually lessen, 2 words, 5 and 3. First word begins with T. No, I think taper out. We'll see. 6 down, morsel, 5 letters, begins with C. Hank McGregor, good morning. 6 down, morsel, 5 letters, begins with C. Sleepy shoegazer, crumb, I think so. 9 across, planet, 7 letters, begins with N. Neptune, I'm just going to put that in. Let's not hang about. My bum's getting sore. This seat's really hard. I've got to go and charge my box up for busking as well, so let's get on with it. 7 down, sound system, 6 letters, begins with S. Anybody? Stereo. 11 across, awful, 8 letters, something E, something R. Lynn Skywatch, terrible, well done. Right, 16 down, interfere, 6 letters. Something, 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 Y, I think. That could be wrong. 13 across, medal. Well done. I must have got Dowdy wrong. Okay. 22 across, old-fashioned. Begins with D. It's dated. All right, and now we've got 14 down, small dog, 2 words, 4-3, second word begins with T. Small dog, 2 words, second word begins with T, 4-3. No? No, I got nothing for that. Okay, big word, 13 across, aloof, 11 letters. Okay. 8 across, in the manner of, 5 letters. No. 1 down, wooden house, 6 letters. Wooden house, 6 letters. Cabin doesn't fit. Lodge doesn't fit. Shack doesn't fit. Wooden house. Alright. 3 down, type, 4 letters. That's T-Y-P-E, a type of. Kind, I would imagine. Okay. 10 across, therefore, 4 letters. Hence is too long. Ergo, that well-known English word, which is actually Latin. Good morning, Doris Day. Alas, thus. Oh, thus, could be thus. Yeah, could be thus. Let's try and get 2 down. Tense, 7 letters. Nervous. Could be. 1 across, advise, 7 letters, ends in L. Could be advice. Oh, 1 down, wooden house is chalet, another well-known English word. And so 1 across, advice begins with C. C something. I'll leave that. Okay, at this stage, coach. No, it's 7 letters. Coach is too short, Bugs Bunny. At this stage, I would normally cheat because I can't be bothered. Shih Tzu. Man, well done, Sleepy Shoegazer. It's a Shih Tzu. All right. And 19 across is dine, eat, and 13 across, aloof. Oh, wow, what's aloof? Something shoeless, like I say. Council, that could be council, but it makes 3 down, type begin with S. Sort, okay. And it makes 2 down, tense begin with U. Alright, like I say, that'll do for me. Unnerved, man. They're coming thick and fast now. Sleepy Shoegazer, yes. Right, 13 across, aloof, something D, something N. Adden, dum 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 dum. Right, anyway, like I say, it's time to get on with the busk. Gonna busk Oban today. It was raining heavily this morning, but it's clearing up now, and it looks like it could be a nice-ish day. Gonna get my box, get it on charge, and I'll see you at the busk if you're still around. If you're not Antipodean and actually going to bed soon, I'm gonna have a busk in Oban, and we'll see what happens. And what do you call a zoo with no animals? A Shih Tzu. Very good. Boom, boom. All right. That's what the papers say. The papers say, we're sorry. We're sorry. Britain's national word. We're sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Got in your way. I'm sorry. Didn't get in your way. Standing in front of you. I'm sorry. Using the soap before you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.